For the past several seasons, we've not been able to come out with great results.
FlyQuest stumbling over their own feet. The last couple of impacts, they haven't even made it into playoffs.
This is where you start thinking about, is it going to be another one of those games?
I was starting to doubt my ability as a player.
Well, that is BiBiAhn removed early.
BiBiAhn needs the second kill, can't quite find it.
BiBiAhn having a look, but will be denied.
I didn't know if I was just plateauing or something was wrong. I was very inconsistent.
Things have quieted down for Bibi since round 4.
That's very unlike her. That's not what we used to think from Bibi.
I knew for myself and other people, they believe what I can do, but not being able to consistently show that was something that was starting to affect me a bit. I used to cry after a match. There's a lot I had to learn emotionally, but I've had lots of support and resources that I've tried to utilize to improve myself in those kinds of aspects, and that showed a lot during this ESL Impact. Ultimately, the lack of results pushed us to make a change for the team. We have Sheikh Abdullah, who was our previous analyst, stepping up to the main coach role. We also have Marie. There's definitely been a tremendous shift in the team when it comes to the overall vibes and the whole team chemistry. It's at its peak right now. The biggest game changer for me was having Sheikh in the coach role, because he showed me that there's other things other than aiming that I can work on, making sure I'm not going to feel super frustrated when I'm going into these games.
I need to be comfortable. Again, I know it's land, it feels a little different. If they're yelling and that's not you, don't even match that energy. Just be comfortable, calm.
I think a lot of Counter-Strike players have felt this, where things that happen in game can really make you feel frustrated, make you feel just upset, make you feel tilted. That can actually carry on for quite a while. You're fueling that emotion, and that's why it just feels so bad. It can ruin your day, it can ruin your night, but one of the things you have to do as a player is know how to shut that down. You have to stop, throwing fuel into the fire, and that's been a huge help for me. And ever since these changes were done, I found a great jump in my performance.
Welcome back to ESL Impact Grand Finals, coming to you live from Dallas.
So heading into this event, my goal was to be very consistent throughout. We just all wanted to play our game.
Doing really well domestically, but we know that's not necessarily the best litmus test for FlyQuest Red. They've always dominated domestically.
And they're already a team that's struggling with some of the mental stress of being on a stage. Or maybe this is going to be the day when they finally, get past that point in their team and really can show what they can do on a stage here.
We've had to put whatever we've done in the last 5 months and make sure it all shown in this 1 or 2 days of playing CS against 2 teams.
So there's also that, big fish, small pond, but once you make it to the international stage, you've really got to make waves.
We had a tough group. We had a tougher group, I think.
We have quite a stacked Group B, which doesn't feel great if you're FlyQuest.
They are going up against the biggest dogs straight away, Imperial Valkyries.
Imperial Valkyries is a 6-time ESL Impact champion.
And Imperial are your champions, always and forever.
They've been very dominant throughout every ESL Impact season so far. Really the true trailblazers in the modern women's CS climate. I think everyone, when we're playing against Imperial, everyone expected us to lose pretty badly.
Looking at all the stats, everything just points to Imperial.
How do you beat Imperial if you're FlyQuest Red?
If FlyQuest could somehow do it, that would look amazing, but it is probably impossible.
Yeah, I think everyone had this responsibility of trying to be the best self that they can and try to go into the game as if we were just going into another ESEA match.
Takes down 2, but BiBiAhn at bench has laid down another. Vanessa chimes through, and the pistol goes to FlyQuest Red.
Mindset coming into these games that we can start strong, that's something we haven't been able to do before.
FlyQuest can get off to a blistering start. Just looking at the player cams so early for FlyQuest Red, and what they're doing is not letting the occasion get to them.
We were exchanging rounds.
Scaling out, Emmy tries to jump down, can't descend, and Anna will send Vanessa packing. So Imperial get on the board.
We'd have some really clean rounds.
Very well crafted from FlyQuest Red.
I really like the way they played that.
Some very rough rounds.
She do. Before she's dealt with, not a great deal.
Close rounds with that, swing rounds that we could have taken easily.
These rounds, I'm like, FlyQuest Red could have won that round.
Smoke will go down, the backstab comes through, and it's a quad kill from BiBiAhn with nothing but a pistol.
Yeah, 6-5 is looking really good for them.
We showed everyone that we can actually go toe-to-toe against you.
Imagine a FlyQuest victory. BiBiAhn swings through for 2, and it's just his final player. BiBiAhn puts her down. FlyQuest Red forcing potentially OT against Imperial. No one would have called this. It's looking done. Marie, last one standing, swaps to the AWP to try and remove Anna, but Tori's the one that takes her down. And it's an Imperial victory. It felt inevitable, but 13-11, that's a good showing from FlyQuest.
It absolutely is.
I truly believe if we were playing our A game, we would have beat them. So that's something I, myself, and the team can really grasp onto.
Credit to FlyQuest Red, because now they're not just a team that's going to falter. They look a lot more scary in that elimination game.
Going into the MIBR match, we knew that we have a great momentum coming into these games.
We kick things off here on Dust 2 between FlyQuest Red and MIBR.
FlyQuest, momentum firmly in their favour.
The first map was quite rough from us. We had some rounds that we shouldn't have lost, and there's some rounds that were super clean, and we were trying to find that consistency.
A very good victory for FlyQuest on their pick of Dust 2 to take the first map of the series.
Unfortunately, we let the second map nuke go.
And just like that, all the way to open the door and then kicked out the window. That will be a devastating final round as far as FlyQuest are concerned.
But then, Shake in his nice coaching words, said we have never lost, what did you say? You said you lost.
Never lost the BO3 that's gone 3 maps this year.
Yeah, what he said.
Guess who's coming around the corner from that short position. Denied though by Goddess. Down to the 1v1. FlyQuest will crush MIBR and Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first time that we were able to win a match against an international team on LAN in the last 2 years.
One of the best performances, or the furthest FlyQuest has got in an ESL Impact season final.
Oh, it felt great because we went last place again. I love winning. I love being actually happy to win a game and not be fake happy when we lose.
It felt like it was going to be the upset of the day. Wasn't quite, but it was still an absolute banger. The fact that we get it here as the Group B decider, it's another opportunity for BiBiAhn to humble Imperial.
We move on to play Imperial, and obviously with our first performance showing against Imperial Valkyries, they were a team that we could definitely beat. I think it was a very back and forth series overall.
Good chance now for FlyQuest Red to win out the half, to really blistering beginning for Imperial.
To some people's surprise, I think there was no point in the match where it was clearly that Valkyries was dominating us.
Back and forth from FlyQuest, they've now got a good run of rounds.
At the end of the day, we lost.
Tori comes through with the backstab. The timing is finally there, and Imperial will take down FlyQuest Red 2-0.
However, you've got to give a lot of credit to FlyQuest Red, because they came into this tournament, we'd written them off. Here, far more improved. And to be honest, at Dallas, they should be proud of.
There's a lot to take away from this. It's shown here that we're making some big strides in our performance. Everyone's getting along together very well, and we're just playing the best CS we've ever played right now. That's all attributed to Shake and Marie and everyone who changed their roles, putting their 100% in, and also just maturing a bit. And now it's oh, okay, I can actually control my emotions and be okay, we've got to lock in for next map. What's done is done, it's in the past, and all I can do is now focus on the present. I'm pretty happy. I think throughout all the ESL impacts from the start to now, the way FlyQuest was playing compared to what it is now, and yeah, I mean, I like it now.